And there it is. And through the portal. And we're in. Well, I've come to the old coppice woods to see the bluebells and not be able to speak. So welcome. Come with me and we'll see what we can find. Yellow archangel. You can tell I haven't spoken to anybody for a while. Bluebells have gone over. So the dying throws. Wow, look at that. Incredible. You may have seen this on some of my walks before, but I don't think you'll have seen it with leaves on. One of my signature filming moves there. Certainly woodland filming moves. And yes, I did enjoy my trip, thanks. So I hope everyone's doing okay. This is real proper spring-like. This is just how I like it. Cool. Little bit of sun. Oh, look. Sweet woodruff in flower. And an orchid. I'm not very good with my orchids. This one I don't recognise. I don't think I've seen one. Oh, I have seen them, but I just don't know what they are. There's some more in there. Such a beautiful thing. There you go, there's our magic moment for this walk. So, I'm not greedy, you see. I said that's our magic moment for this walk, so if we get another, great. If we don't, great. Now I don't know these woods that well, so there is a chance that I might get lost. Oh look, I see the fern there looking like a perfect shuttlecock, but if you look beyond it, beyond that branch, you can see some euphorbia sticking up there. Some people know them as mole plants, but that's a certain type, I think. That's a nice patch. So lovely Beltaine. Well, so it's May the 1st, so it's May Day actually, not Beltaine. Depending on where the moon is, it could be part of Beltaine, but in my mind, Beltaine is actually the 5th of May. Because that's the point when the sun is halfway between the solstice and the equinox, or rather, the equinox and the solstice. Now, I want to go and see the tree lion, but I'm torn. I'm absolutely torn. I don't know which way to go. Yeah, let's go. It's amazing just how much difference it makes with green growth on the ground. Like all my landmarks, you know, fallen branches, piles of logs or piles of branches, or, you know, rocks that I use to guide myself through woods in the winter. They're gone. Wow, this is quite interesting because I've come a different way. And I think I might have lost the tree lion. I found a little dragon. In that bend there, there's some more. Ooh, some more orchids. Look at this one. And some deer. I'll try and get orchids, bluebells and garlic in one shot. Garlic's directly ahead. I think I've managed it. Well, I'm amazed. You can see the orchid in the centre of the shot, a little burst of bright pink. Now, tree lion is close. Oh, so close I may have walked past. There he is. There's tree lion. There he is, looking a bit disguised. And it won't be long before he's back to the earth. I think this is the first time I've been in here in spring. And because I didn't think of it a couple of weeks ago, I'm a bit late for the bluebells. And my mantra, you know, you remember my mantra if you watched me before? There's only one chance. Yeah, well, I won't get another one for another year. And who knows what the world will be like then. Or even if I'm still here. Well, you know how I like the look of little paths that don't seem to go where the main bulk goes. So let's have a little wander. I'm not going to go too far because I'm heading for somewhere else. Lots of trees down after the last 6 months of winds and storms. I'm not going to go any further. I found a clump of things I don't recognise. They've got flower heads like that coming up. It looks kind of irisy. I don't know. I must confess, I don't know. Because I've never seen them before. It's one thing I love about woods. Certainly if you go to a lot in different places, you see things you've never seen before. Because this is prominently a limestone area, but with patches of other things. On account of must be some kind of volcanic activity underneath due to the waters of Bath being near. But yeah, you get other things grow in different areas. So that I might have to do a bit of research on. Now if you look into the space coming into view, there's a line of more orchids. This is another, well, I don't know if this is a track worn by a group of people that have come through, or whether it's a deer track. I always get excited that those cut leaves there are pig nut. They're not though, are they? Aren't they wild carrot? And here's where I was heading for. Ooh, anemones had gone over. It's one of those things, this is what I get excited about wild plants, because seeing so many together is quite rare, because it depends on conditions for each one as to when they pop up. There's hello badgers. So I nearly fell into that, didn't I, when I came here last time in January. There's a nice spot of dappled shade. Wow. I was hoping I wouldn't bump into anyone, but I bumped into 4 people. Although I've tried to hide from them. Ooh! Tway blade. Not out yet. That's a tway blade orchid. Kind of illustrates really how why you need to have cleared areas in the wood. Not, not like this. I don't mean totally cleared and flattened. I just mean, having some nice clear areas means the light can get in and the wildflowers can get in and they can spread into, where there is canopy. Here goes the euphorbia. Well, if you're familiar with the smell of damp English woodlands when it's slightly warm in the spring, that's what it smells like in here today. I've come to a triangle crossroads. It's not 3 roads, it is actually 4. But they kind of look familiar, but also they don't. I'm going to carry straight on and see what happens. Because I suppose I can always come back, can't I? Always retrace my steps. Well, what I've done is I've had to avoid some dogs that were jumping up at me and making me dirty, and that really pisses me off. Not the dirty so much, that the people aren't controlling their dogs, that they come and jump on you, because my instinct is to kick them. Obviously I don't do that. Now here's a lovely patch. We've got euphorbia, yellow archangel, bluebells, wood anemones, and primrose, and wild garlic. There you go, that's a lovely patch here. See if I can spot anything else. All we need is a little orchid. No, I can't see one. A little orchid and I would have been jumping up and down. Jumping up and down and squeaking. Yeah, I know. But it's the trouble when you go for a walk on your own and you see these things and you haven't got anyone with you to share it with. But and often when I'm jumping up and down and squeaking, I'm not on camera. There's a lot of euphorbia in here. Right, I know where this bit is. There is kind of an old bit of there's an old bit of machinery down there that's lovely, but I don't know. These these tree beings have attracted my attention. Wow. Or rather, this. So that canopy it gives. That colour, that light green. And that's from the other side. I noticed down here there's a little channel. Here's some more of those plants I don't know. Obviously, if you look, you see the browning of the tips. That's because they got frosted as they were coming up. Yeah, this will be interesting. I've got a feeling. I know what they are. Oh, aren't they? Gardener's name blank. It affects me quite often now. Sometimes you can know too much, and in order to know certain things, because they're all similar, you have this kind of, well, I have this kind of mantra going on, or this pattern of, you know, the similarity of name. And sometimes it just goes blank, and my method for remembering goes. This is an example of what I mean. Oh, there's a white bell. Here's what I mean in the example of clearing. I mean, this is big, far bigger than I meant. But if you see, it's full of grass, which, and another white bell. It's full of grass, but also you get some, the bluebells will appear, and things like lady's smock, which is that pinky white one that's blowing in the breeze there. Oh, and Camassia, isn't it a Camassia? They got there in the end. And there it is. Isn't that incredible? If you see my sculptures in the woods video, you will see how much I love rusty metal in the woods. I love the stump behind it too. There's a patch of meadow sweet forming. Beautiful scent, lovely tea it makes. Well, we're back on the path I came up in. I've been off and had if it's not on this video, I have been off and taken some footage of a lovely piece of metal machinery, and I've had a massive rant. But you look out, the rant will appear in one of my short videos that I put up on a Saturday, or often put a short video up on a Saturday, but not always. This has got the spring-like feel I love, that I was talking about earlier. Maybe it's just this, oh, that smell. Maybe it's just this point. Maybe there's something about it. So here I am back at these crossroads. Now, oh, does that go round into the top bit of that? Yeah, maybe. Well, I'm going to carry on this way. Oh, no. I only came out for a short walk. It's not turned into a short walk because there's no one working. And most of the dog walkers, they have breakfast, go for a walk, and then they leave the wood. And then people like me, who think, oh no, it's going to be overrun with dog walkers, suddenly get some space. Oh yeah, this has got a beautiful scent of spring. You know, I'm sure it's one of those things that that when you haven't smelt it for ages, you forget. Oh, here's where I saw the deer before, isn't it? There's the there's another video I did. You can see how different it looks, but I've still seen the deer today. Well, some of them anyway. Yeah, and then so you have a little lull, sort of between maybe 10, half 10, for an hour or so, when then the next wave comes out. But you'll also notice, if you ever monitor this, is that the deer come out and start moving about from hiding places like this wood. They will suddenly start to go and cross roads. Obviously they'll have changed now because it's lockdown, but they've changed their movements and habits to fit in with people going to work. And there's another deer through there. So instead of doing what they used to do before there were so many cars on the road, they go in the lulls between people doing the school run and going to work. So about 9:30, 9:30 till about 11:30, when people start going out to go shopping. It's really interesting just how clockwork and programmed and what's the word? Routine people are. You know, I've got my own routine. It involves getting out before anyone else does, doing what I gotta do and going home before they come out. So I know that anyone I meet at that time is doing the same as me, so that's great. It only takes an instant to read someone's face. Gotta say, this is totally beautiful in here today. This is just what I needed. Really is. Yeah, okay. Now I know I may have gone over that way. I'm trying to find these beautiful row of old coppice, but look at that, ruts, big ruts. But because it's now spring and greened up, I can't keep my footing. Now it's all greened up, I can't see in the distance, so I'm going to give up on that. Okay, so we're on the home run, heading back now. I've reached my point of too hot because I've got a rucksack of stuff. Look, isn't that a crane-like creature in there? In the wood, I mean. Okay, so we're following the path back out. I can't remember how, I don't know. I haven't quite got my bearings in these woods. Not totally. If it had been much cooler and like I could bring me some sandwiches, then I may have taken longer here. Isn't it funny when you retrace your steps, how it all looks different? I know it's because you're looking at it from a different angle, and if you went backwards, retracing your steps, it would look familiar. Sometimes obviousness is the best. So I think those orchids are early purples, aren't they? They had spotted leaves, which early purple orchids have. That one was great. There's been a few that have been just at the base of the tree, at the start of what looks like a doorway, portal, however you view them. Everyone loves a mossy mound. A mossy ivy bound mound is even better. There we go, we're on our last bit of path before I hop over the wall. Thanks for coming along, hope you enjoyed it. I'm not sure if it's going to be a long one or two shorter ones, so let's go this way, or maybe not. Yeah, well, thanks for coming. See you next time. Thanks for liking and subscribing, sharing, commenting and thinking good thoughts. Ta-da. Oh. And back under the portal.